Everybody, Dr. Dan here, and this is video number 8 in my Ready for Anything series of course design. And in this course, we've been looking at one approach to laying out your course using your syllabus schedule. And we were showing you how to create learning objects and how to deploy things in an organized fashion. And we're getting through most of this. A lot of this is going to be your own personal preference, but hopefully you've learned a few things that you can use or a few different approaches that might be helpful as you get your classes ready for fall and beyond. So we were working on these module home pages. What we did was we talked about why a module home page was important. We actually connected a file to a module home page. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to connect an activity to a module home page. Again, just personal preference, but I want everything to be student-centered and super easy for my students to discern. So let me just go back and work on this homepage real quick. I'm going to show you one other thing here. And I'm not going to go through the entire course design because it would be ridiculous, but hopefully give you enough information to get started revamping or redesigning your own course. So as I look at Module 2, and I'm going back to my, I got to have my schedule in front of me at all times, so I'm back at my syllabus, and it's like, okay, we got to do the module video yet, reading notes, the ACA law, we talked about this file name and how important that was, and then the mini quiz. So we already created that mini quiz for Module 2, or actually we created a placeholder. I want to show you how to leverage this home page to link the quiz right to the home page. Again, you don't have to, but it's just a thing I do, and I'm going to put it right there. So I'm going to say take this week's mini quiz. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to link this right to the quiz just as a convenience for my students. So all I have to do is just highlight this text, and then see it says links right here. I'll just go over to quizzes. Boom. Module 2 mini quiz. Save. And now I have a link that takes me right to that quiz. Again, it's just a little thing that helps make a student's life a lot easier. So let's go back to modules, which is where we were at. And once we get back to modules, let's kind of take a look at what we have. We seem to be stuck here for a minute. Always great to have slow internet when you're making a video, right? So here's that PDF that I put in showing you an alternate way of placing files, which is fine, but I'm going to remove it. And I'm removing it because, as you recall, my document, I just put it right here in this home page to make it easy for students. So I started to build out this home page. If we followed through this whole process, which we're not going to do in interest of time, our Module 2 home page was going to end up like this. So let's talk about now putting some more content in. Now, in this particular instance, if there's no links in the text and you want to take the text from a different page and copy and paste it, you can certainly do that because you're not worried about any links in this case, right? So you can do that. So there's our objectives. So we have those. And in most cases, you're going to want to look at your syllabus and say, okay, what's my module objective for this week? And that's another thing you can do with this schedule. I don't have it here. I think I should. I'll add it. But maybe you should have your module objective right under your name here so students know what it is. I have mine listed elsewhere in this course schedule. But again, it's just another approach. Everybody's got a little different approach. So here is here's where I'm at. So the next thing we need to do is we need to put our video in because we've looked here. So we're working on Module 2, watch module video. So we need to pop that in. We've already taken care of the file. We've already taken care of the quiz. So now all I have to do, and it really depends on my platform. In this particular case, I'm going to use a video that is on TechSmith Relay, which I created in a different program, and I'm not going to get into creating videos right now. but it's video content I've already created. So I can put it in from TechSmith Relay, which is what we're going to attempt to do, or perhaps it's out there on the internet. Maybe there's a YouTube that I've made. I can connect it to the YouTube also, and there's a number of different ways I can do that, but you could just type out link to video and highlight it and link it right to the YouTube site if you want to. In this case, we're going to use TechSmith Relay, so we're going to click on TechSmith, and let me get out of there. And then we simply just find our video. And again, I have so many videos in here. I don't even know where it's at. But anyway, so whenever I find the video, here it is. Let's just grab one. I just click on Add Media, and it adds it into my module. So now my page looks like this. So I have my to-do list I've created, I have my objectives that I use to create my quiz, and I have my intro video in here, so I'm good to go. So now when I look at this module 2, the only thing I need to do is my reading notes, and I have to write those up anyway, so I would just go to edit and I would put them under my quiz. So now let's go back out and look at modules again. Okay, and what we see here is that module 2 is basically done. We've created our home page, we created our mini quiz, we're just going to cross-check between the two. We know on our home page we have our link to our reading, which was the ACA law, and we have that listed in our course schedule. We have that file in Canvas. We have everything good to go here. Now, the nice thing about this is if you follow this design method all the way through, especially if you're working on a junky old course and you're trying to refresh it, what you can do, and I've done this before, it's really a great feeling, is if you use this syllabus course schedule, even if you just have it handwritten out for your own use, if you use this course schedule as an inventory sheet for the learning objects that you should have in your class, then what you can do is you can say, oh, okay, I'm supposed to have this PDF file and 12 other PowerPoint files, and I have the file names down here on my syllabus, so I know what they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean out my file area so I'm organized. And let me go to like an old, let me go to an old course real quick. Just bear with me. So let's go to an old course that's had a lot of playing around done or a lot of work done. If we go to the file section of any old course, it's loaded. And this one actually isn't too bad, but I've looked at some classes that, you know, have been taught by 3 different people over the past 4 years, and the file section's loaded, and there's files from 2018, from 2017. If you sort of realign everything with your syllabus and a course schedule, you'll have a listing of file names here. You can get rid of all the rest of them. Just delete them. You don't need a syllabus from 2016 when Mary taught the class in your nursing class. It's the last thing you need. So again, by using this technique of a really concise course schedule, you can also clean out your file area in your class. We'll talk about finishing touches in the next video.